In the last 3 years, my hair has become thicker and longer than it's ever been. And I've always had long hair. I am Indian, so like genetically, we are predisposed to have thicker, longer hair, but my hair was always on the thinner side. And even though it was long, it would just stop growing at a certain point. And it just got me thinking, what have I done in these last 3 years that shifted this? And it's not been anything like buying really expensive or fancy hair care products. In fact, I did the exact opposite. I barely have invested in nice products, which is something I want to start doing now. But I would literally just go buy like drugstore shampoo and conditioner the last few years. So that wasn't it. But there was a lot of things I did internally and externally that I know has made my hair super thick and long. Like literally the difference is so massive. Everyone notices it. Like my family notices it when I tie my hair up in like a plait. I'm like, whoa, like how is it so thick? It's never been like this before. So it's super noticeable, especially considering I went like many years having long, nice hair, but not even close to as thick and long as it is now. So I'm super excited to share with you guys. I'm going to start off with all the internal tips that help me, and then we're going to dive deep into external, and these are really incredible. I don't think you would have heard all of these tips in a video anywhere else. I'd be very surprised. And thank you for being here, and let's get into it. So for most of my 20s, I was struggling with underlying health symptoms. I know most of you who know me before will know this. This is what I talk about a lot in my health pages, how to build resilience in the body, how to heal underlying symptoms and get to the root cause, and especially symptoms related to cortisol imbalance or stress-related symptoms. And in my journey to heal, I really started diving deep into natural ways to heal and holistic practices, because I knew that the way that I was feeling, it was a lifestyle issue. It was a combination of my mindset and my lifestyle habits, my physical habits that had got me here. And there was no pill that I could take that was just going to magically heal me. Like that's just not how our bodies are designed. So I was like, I have to put in the work. I have to know how to create true health within my body, true resilience in my body, and then also learn how to really prevent illness like down the line as well, right? So when I was learning a lot about holistic practices, I stumbled upon a few things in traditional Chinese medicine, specifically that in traditional Chinese medicine, your hair is actually a result of how healthy your kidneys are. Your kidneys control your blood and control like the health of your blood. And then your hair is an extension of your blood, essentially. So the healthier and the stronger your kidneys are, the healthier your blood is, and the healthier, stronger, thicker your hair is going to be. And the weaker your kidneys are, then it's the opposite. Then your hair will more likely be dry, brittle, more prone to falling out prematurely. And guess what affects your kidneys' health? Stress. Well, of course, stress affects every organ in the body, but stress really affects the kidneys. So your kidneys also control your bladder. And think about it. Anytime you've been stressed, if any of you guys have experienced these stress issues, you very likely need to get up in the middle of the night to pee multiple times. And maybe during the day, you constantly need to pee and you're like, what's wrong with my bladder? My bladder is so small. It's not that your bladder is small. It's just that when you are under stress, your kidneys, your bladder wants to be empty because it thinks, I don't want to have to need to pee or go to the bathroom because I'm in danger. I need to be able to use all my energy to run away. So one of the first signs of like your kidneys being a little bit weaker is the fact that you need to go pee all the time. And this was literally me. Like there were nights where I would be getting up like 3 to 5 times a night to go pee, and during the day like 10 times going to the bathroom. And if that's you right now, don't worry, because I've healed that. And it's possible for you to heal it too, and to strengthen your kidneys, which will then strengthen your hair as well. So the kidneys really suffer when you are constantly feeling like you need to do something all the time. You constantly need to be stimulated. You constantly need to be doing. You're exercising too much. You're doing too much. You're working too much. You really don't give yourself permission to sit still. That is obviously another sign of, running on stress hormones, being addicted to stress hormones, which I have a video coming out on as well, so stay tuned for that. But your kidneys really suffer under this constant need to be doing things. So on the other hand, your kidneys really heal, and it's amazing for them when you actually just take some alone time and you take some time for self-care, and you also get creative, right? So the kidneys love creativity. So if you have any hobbies that you love, like any artistic hobbies, music, anything at all, where creativity, every single person is creative. Like every single person is creative. Making content is like a creation process as well. Like anywhere where you're just like creating and you're like really feeling fulfilled and feeling joy, that is going to be extremely healing for the kidneys. And on the other hand of that, if you're stuck in a job where you're really unhappy, or you're doing things in your life where you're feeling really unfulfilled, that again is makes the kidneys suffer as well. So if you are stuck in a job which you don't enjoy, but you don't have the ability right now to leave, you need to stay in the job for a bit longer, then take some time out to also get a hobby which makes you feel fulfilled, which actually taps into your creativity. And this might take you some time to figure what that is for you, but like take that time for yourself. Take some time for self-care, to relax every day. This is honestly one of the most healing things for your body. Your body will, it gives you all the signs, right? So if your hair is becoming thinner and you want it to become thicker, if it's falling out, that's your body giving you signs like there's too much stress right now. We don't have the resources to prioritize healthy, thick hair. It's being used elsewhere. And so taking time for yourself every day and committing to yourself every day to slow down, be creative, really enjoy your life, do something that fulfills you, is going to be one of the most healing things to grow healthy hair. And if you're like, this sounds so complicated, don't worry. I'm going to give you actually an amazing 2-minute facial reflexology routine at the end of this video that you can do every day that will help get your body into that relaxation. It's very healing for the kidneys. We're going to work on the kidney points as well, the thyroid points on the face. And you can do this every day, and this will immediately relax your nervous system, immediately give you some alone time. And if you only have 5 minutes, 2 minutes a day, this is perfect. So then the next thing I learned on my healing journey, which really truly blew my mind, actually I didn't even learn it till later on down the line, because I discovered facial reflexology. I discovered this beautiful gua sha practice that I would do every day on my neck and my shoulders and my face. And I didn't realize at the time I was promoting lymphatic drainage. I didn't know what that meant at all. But your lymphatic system is it's your immune system. It's your first line of defense that your immune system has, and it's the number one key to health. And when we're stressed and we're tense and we're stagnant in our lives and we're feeling unfulfilled and we're just really feeling really stuck, that prevents our lymphatic system from draining efficiently. And what does that mean? So your lymphatic system is your waste management system. Every day, it's like those day-to-day toxins that are building up in your body. Its job is to drain them out of your body properly and eliminate those toxins. And what stops the draining happen is when we're tense, when we're stressed, and we're really stagnant all day. Maybe we're doing office job and we're just sitting all day, which is me. That was me. I worked 5 years in financial services. And I would get all these shoulder pains all the time. I could tell I was like really stuck and had poor lymphatic flow. And the reason I started these practices is because they made me feel so relaxed. But suddenly my face, which was so puffy, because when you're not having proper lymphatic drainage, your face becomes really puffy as well. My face suddenly I just looked like myself again. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, whew, like that was a rough couple of years, I'm not gonna lie, when my face was like puffy and you just don't recognize yourself and you're like, is this it? But then I started doing gua sha, not just like on my face for 2 minutes, but I would always start it on the neck and the shoulders. And I have a couple of videos on this, so you guys can go check it out. But actually learning why these practices made me feel so good. How come after 3 years of doing these practices consistently, I literally every day will either do facial reflexology, my gua sha routine, or a scalp massage. And scalp massage is also one of the most underrated tools for promoting hair growth as well. And I have a whole video with my 5-minute routines for all these practices that you guys can go check out. But I was doing these practices originally just because they made me feel relaxed, lowered stress in my body, and made me look good, right? I was so relieved that I was finally starting to look like myself again. And then I started thinking like, wow, my hair is getting thicker, my nails are so strong, although I really need to get them done right now, so don't look at them. But I feel so much healthier. Like there's got to be something deeper to these practices. And then I realized like what the lymphatic system is, the importance of lymphatic drainage, and just spending 5 minutes a day to release stress and tension. Because when your nervous system is relaxed, it's not just rest and digest, right? So when your nervous system is relaxed, we call it rest and digest, but it's actually rest, digest, and drain. Drain for lymphatic drainage. Your lymphatic system can't drain all the toxins from your body efficiently when your nervous system isn't relaxed. When you're stressed, your nervous system won't be relaxed, right? So the number one thing, which has just blown my mind, is your body has everything. It has everything it needs to heal. You just need to give it that support to help it relax a bit, you know, to help it feel safe and to come back into your body. And that's why just taking 5 minutes to give yourself a scalp massage, to do a facial reflexology routine, or to do the gua sha. And so many people have reached out to me and told me that it's incredible, like the amount of wonders these routines have done for them, that these tools have done for them. Just 5 minutes of your day can completely shift your energy. Why? Because you're putting your body into a state where it can optimize its self-healing mechanisms again, because your body has everything it needs to heal. And then the last thing internally that I did before we move on to all the amazing external tips, and if you guys know me, you know what I'm going to say, was actually implementing minerals into my life. Like, minerals have completely changed my health. And it makes complete sense because we're literally made up of minerals. We need them to survive and to work optimally, mentally and physically. So what are minerals? So we've got your macro minerals like magnesium, potassium, sodium. They're also called electrolytes. They create an electrical charge in the body. Our nerves and our impulses, our cells need that to communicate with each other. But essentially, to keep things simple, what I started doing over the last 3 years, which you guys will know, I talk about it a lot, is drinking magnesium bicarbonate water, which is essentially a very rich source of magnesium water. And that's the way that our water is supposed to be, right? We're supposed to be getting lots of magnesium from water, not from food, not from supplements. Our cells can utilize magnesium best when it's in water. And getting that mineral balance, that electrolyte balance, is really supportive for kidney health as well, and for your blood as well, and for the fluid balance in your body. So learning about minerals and electrolytes and the impact they have on our body, and actually making a mineral rich drink every day, which is so affordable and so simple, played a huge part in my healing journey, and you know, what's helped my hair grow so thick and so long. And if you guys are interested in knowing how you can make this drink at home, I have a whole video on that as well. So I know that was a lot of information, but just to summarize, these are the things that really transform my health. So number one is supporting your kidney health and just your overall health by slowing down. Just let go of the expectations, let go of the pressure, and just slow down and do something creative, do something that fulfills you. Take time out for yourself every single day. You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. Don't tell yourself that you don't have time. You do have time for you. You've got this one life, and you deserve to just be still and feel happy. Reading a fiction book, painting something. Just because it's not productive or gonna make you money doesn't mean that you don't deserve to do those things. It's gonna be one of the most healing things, and it will actually make you more productive and make you more money in the long term. Like, being creative and letting go of the stress is actually when you manifest. It's actually when you have fun in life. It's actually when more opportunities and more good things come into your life. So just let go and find a way to slow down every single day. Second thing is do something every single day to promote lymphatic drainage. I'm gonna have a whole video coming out on this. I know I've just thrown so much information at you guys, but I'll be diving deeper into every one of these topics. But your lymphatic system is like the number one key to health. So once you know this, you can really do so many amazing things for your health. And again, you have the whole routines that you can do that I'll link as well. And then the third thing is prioritizing your mineral and your electrolyte balance through liquids, so making a mineral rich drink every single day. And now let's get into the external tips. Okay, so when we get into the external, I want to tell you guys a little story. So when I was younger, I had a crush on a boy. I was in primary school, so it wasn't like deep or anything, but when you're young, everything feels super deep. And I had a crush on this boy. And the next day, my mom forced me to go get a haircut. And I swear, they might as well have just put a bowl over my head and cut it all off. It was that bad. My hair was so short, it literally was all gone. And the next day when I went into school, I was already traumatized from this haircut. But the boy basically never talked to me again after that haircut. So you can imagine what that did to me as a kid. I was like, wow, I will never, ever, ever cut my hair again. I actually got the fear of hairdressers for a decade after that. And I spent a lot of time growing my hair long. And, my hair was always kind of long, but it was still thin and it would stop growing at a certain point, like I said before. And it was also just really greasy all the time. And I grew up in Hong Kong, which is super humid. So I thought, every day when you go outside in the summer, you're sweating within 2 minutes. And so I thought that was it. But then when I came over to the UK, my hair was still super greasy. It was just all the time. And so because of this, I literally tried everything I could. And I've always been really into natural practices. So I heard, if you don't wash your hair, then the oil production will stop and it will naturally, the greasiness will go away. So I'm not kidding guys, I went 6 months 6 months I did not shampoo or condition my hair. I'm not joking. I literally just washed my hair with water. And before this, like I kind of always knew that washing your hair all the time isn't good for your hair health. So that's like tip number one is don't wash your hair every day or every second day. If you can do it once or twice a week, if possible, that's ideal, but just do whatever you can closest to that. But my hair, I went 6 months without shampooing or conditioning it. And at the end of the 6 months, I had absolutely no difference. There was no difference. There was no difference at all. And I remember just leaving university, moving to a new city, and I was about to start my job. And I was like, I cannot start my job with this greasy head of hair. Like, I give up. I went to Boots and I bought some shampoo and conditioner, and that was that. So I was still looking for ways to stop the greasiness. And then I realized that, you know how your hair is always really nice after you go get a haircut and they wash it for you in the salon? So what they do, and this is my tip number two, if you're a greasy haired girl like me, and this might surprise you because it's not the most natural tip, but it's fine, like it works, is they actually shampoo your hair twice. So when you're shampooing your hair, it's actually just for your scalp. So you get the shampoo, you get like a little circle amount, and you have to really massage your scalp and get in there, right? Just your scalp, and then maybe you want to bring the shampoo down a little bit, but the shampooing is for the scalp. You're massaging it in. You wash your hair, and then you get the shampoo again, same thing. The second time when you're shampooing, you'll notice it's really like foaming up, like the white, when it's becoming like loads of like white foam and bubbles, that's when you know your hair is clean. And this tip has completely transformed my hair. It's just made it so much healthier. Then after that, I will go in and condition just the bottoms, but I never even use like fancy shampoo. Now I have just bought some organic shampoo, but shampooing your hair twice, if you're a greasy haired girl, or even if you're not, just try it out, see if it works for you. It's made my hair so healthy, and I always do a scalp massage whilst I'm shampooing it as well. That I couldn't recommend more. Okay, 3 is please buy a shower filter. Shower filters have completely changed my life, and I didn't even invest in like a really fancy one. I just got just a pretty budget one from Amazon, and even if it just eliminates like bleach or chlorine or whatever it is that's like makes the water hard, it makes such a difference. The water that comes out, it feels so buttery, it feels so soft, and even getting out those like harsh chemicals will still make a good impact for your skin, for your hair. And it's something I've done for the last 3 years, and I will always do it. Like, it doesn't break the bank, and it's so worth it. It's really can improve your skin and your hair. Otherwise, your skin is your largest organ, you know, it's going to absorb everything that you put onto it. So super important. And I'll link the shower filters that I use below as well. But it also doesn't really matter. You can just go buy any that look good to you wherever you live. So the 4th thing is silk scrunchies. Actually, hold on. I literally have so many silk scrunchies. They are life-changing. When you put them in your hair, they don't tug and pull the hair as much. Your hair doesn't feel as heavy. It doesn't pull back on your scalp as much. Like, it just feels so much better. It's so much more gentle for your hair. Like, silk scrunchies are so popular, and you can kind of get them anywhere these days. So it's definitely worth investing in. And just make sure you check like the actual material is silk, because sometimes they'll put like 10% silk and they'll call it a silk scrunchie. And then going off that, silk pillowcases. It's very important when you sleep to sleep on a silk pillowcase. I have 2 silk pillowcases. I just made the investment in them, and so that way I'll always have one silk pillowcase to sleep on when the other one is in the wash. And your hair, when you're moving around at night and when you're sleeping, like, it can be prone to breakage, but on a silk pillowcase, especially even for your skin, like, it's so good for retaining moisture and really protecting your hair as well. Next, and this is so important, it's the etiquette when you come out of a shower and your hair is wet. You just wash your hair. My whole life, what I would do is I would have my hair like this, and it's obviously I'd use a bigger towel, and I would just like rub it really, really, really roughly to dry it, and then I would wrap it up with a towel as like a towel turban. And don't do that. Your hair is the most prone to breakage when it's wet, so ideally when you come out the shower, you just want to let it air dry naturally if that's possible for you. And in terms of towel, hold on. So you want to get these like towel turbans where you can kind of just like, it's very gentle. Ideally it's made from cotton. It's very gentle. My hair is too curly to do this, but basically it's not as rough as a general towel, and that's really important because otherwise you can pull back on these areas and it can like make your hairline go back. So you want to be very gentle with your hair when it's wet and you've just come out the shower. Don't comb it if possible, or if you do comb it, very, very gently comb it. Use one of these like towel turbans instead of a regular towel, and don't like roughly shake it either. And lastly, you definitely want to put some leave-in conditioner in your hair, because it's super, even if you condition your hair when you're in the shower, it's really important to put some leave-in conditioner in so that that moisture gets trapped into your hair, and that's just going to make it so much healthier and softer and shinier and glossier. Also, before you wash your hair, you want to put some hair oil in, either the night before or at least a couple of hours before you're washing your hair. So I love castor oil, rosemary oil, just find any good hair oil that you can. And again, always want to like go in with a nice scalp massage, get it into your roots, damp your hair a little bit, so the oil really gets soaked in. So getting that oil into the hair, and then when you're showering, double shampooing it, conditioning it when you're coming out, putting some leave-in conditioner, but also very gently wrapping it, not being rough with it, not combing it if possible. Never sleep with your hair tied. Sleep with it loose, so it's not going to be prone to breakage as much. And sleep on a silk pillowcase, use silk scrunchies. And yeah, I promise those tips, all of these tips that I've mentioned, if you just slowly start to incorporate it, I know it's a lot, but just whenever you can, start to add one, eventually it just becomes a lifestyle, just becomes a habit. And within a couple of years, you'll probably see a massive difference like I did. And I wasn't even really doing a lot of the internal tips to get healthier hair. I just was doing it to become healthier in general. So you'll also experience those benefits of just becoming healthier and glowier and vibrant, and your mental health will improve as well. You feel more confident, less anxious. It has just benefits from top to bottom all over. And then those external tips are just really amazing for really preserving your hair and giving it the best chance of being as thick and long as possible. So that's everything from me today. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. And let me know if there's any other videos you want me to make on any of these topics. Otherwise, I already have a lot of videos planned, so I hope to see you during them, and have a great day. Thank you for watching.
Okay guys, so let's get right into our facial reflexology routine. Grab anything with a rounded end if you don't have a facial reflexology tool yet. You're going to start with little circles at the top of the middle of the forehead, which is also a point for the bladder, but it helps to send energy to the top of your head. And then you're going to, like I'm doing here, massage all the way down the side of the forehead where the hairline meets the forehead, and then all the way back up. And then you'll repeat and do the same thing on the other side. This will really help promote that hair growth by sending energy to the hair and to the head. And then you can spend some extra time at the top of the side of the forehead if you want to promote more hair growth there as well. So just do your circles nice and slow. This is a little bit sped up, but really take your time and be present in your body. Next, we're going to go in the side of the middle of the forehead, going back and forth. This is going to target some amazing points for relaxing the nervous system. And as soon as you do facial reflexology, it literally puts your nervous system into rest and digest. So be as present as you can. Here we're doing the kidney points, which you can find from the outer corner of your mouth all the way to the top of your forehead. Please don't overstimulate the right side because it can create heat in the body. So if you have high blood pressure, avoid the left side, give it some more love. You only really need to do 10 seconds in each point. Next, we're going to do the upper inner corner of the eye, which will also target some thyroid points. And I just love massaging this area. It feels so good. And now we're working on some more kidney points on the face, on the side of the nose. And anytime you're massaging the nose, it actually increases the capacity of how much air you can get, how deep you can breathe, how much air you can get into your lungs. So make sure you're really breathing in nice, slow, deep inhales. Now we're going to do the outer corner of the lips, but please avoid this step if you're pregnant. But the upper lip in the outer corner right there, it helps to target the adrenal reflex points, which is amazing. for regulating stress hormones. Then quickly we did that dip in the chin, and now we're just massaging that jaw muscle, which will also help target the thyroid points. And then we always end every reflexology routine by massaging around the ears. And here I didn't do a very good job of it because I think I just couldn't be bothered to take my earrings off, so definitely don't wear earrings. But yeah, you just want to go down and around, around 10 times, and enjoy.